NFL Power Rankings presented by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. There's a new number one in Pete Prisco's Power Rankings this week. Colts held the spot a week ago in the penthouse. They moved down to 7. And the idle Tampa Bay Bucks are your new number one. Now, halfway through the season, Pete Prisco's put 3 buckets in here. Best off the bye, Super Bowl contender, and then playoffs loading. You can check the full article on CBSSports.com, but we're going to break it down right now. Kyle Long and Rand Carthon.
What's the matter? Looking for somebody on there?
That's crazy.
Who are you looking for?
You knew I was going to be on here, right?
Who are you looking for?
That's crazy. You know who I was looking for. The number 16 team, the Chicago Bears. They're on their way.
Yeah.
Playoffs loading.
Okay.
Really?
Buddy.
Dial-up internet loading? Or
Yeah, 56K, 56.6K.
This thing takes forever.
Well, hey, Tampa Bay Bucks, have you ever put an idle team on a bye week at number one before?
That's crazy.
There was a lot of crap that lost last week, didn't you? Think about it. 1, 2, and 3 all lost last week, every single one of them. So when they lose, you fall down. And so you got to put somebody up, and I put the Bucks back up. I think the Bucks, look, you know I've been a big believer in the Bucks the entire season. I don't think we've seen the best of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
True.
They're getting guys back. And when you get guys back, the offense has played the entire season without the right tackle, without the right guard. You look at the pass receivers. Those guys have been in and out of the lineup. They're all coming back at some point. They haven't had Bucky Irving. And so when they get this whole group together, that offense is going to be dynamic. So I think they're still good right now. They're going to be even better. That's why I put them in this number one spot.
8 to 11. Broncos, Packers, Chiefs, Lions. Is that closer than, is that like kind of a jumble? You just reach in and grab one and you have them ranked, or you really think the Broncos are better than all 3 of those teams?
I think right now the Broncos are better. I think, look, number 11 up is where I think you can get that's the real contenders to me. Because don't you think when you go down, the Chargers, the Vikings, Jaguars, I mean, all those teams have issues, even the Bears. But you go from 11 up, if you count the Lions, I think they're a legitimate Super Bowl contender. So I think that's where all the contenders really are.
Yeah, because, I mean, the Broncos' defense is elite. I think we all know that. But to me, the difference between 9, 10, 11, and 8 is the trust factor in the quarterback.
Quickly, Pete, if the Chargers still had Alt, would you put them in that bucket?
If they had Alton Slater, I certainly would put them in the bucket.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to have both.
I just think when you watch them, it's so haphazard now without their line.
I should have prefaced this, too. This was before the trade deadline.
Yeah, the trade deadline didn't change it.
Okay, so Seattle is your number 3 team, given off their performance against the Commanders, and boy, they look good so far, especially in those throwback uniforms, too.
I said this earlier. People around the league think Seattle might end up being the best team right now. I mean, on their way to being the best team in the league. The only thing, and it's the only thing I see that could absolutely ruin their chances is if Sam Darnold somehow turned into the old Sam Darnold. And I don't see it happening. I think he's beyond that. Sam Darnold, look, last year for the Vikings, he was great. And then he had those 2 games at the end of the year where he turned into Sam Darnold. And you were wondering if that was going to be who he was. Well, he's proven this year that's not who he is.
Well, no, I'm just saying, I'm just waiting on your saying to come out.
You are what you are?
Pumpkin. Yeah.
But maybe
he also always puts Baker at this tier, and everybody else like a Geno Smith, a Sam Darnold.
Well, Geno Smith has showed who he is, right? I mean, you are what you are. But they made the right decision by getting Sam Darnold, letting Geno Smith walk. I don't think there's any question about that now. So you have your doubts. He has his doubt.
No, he was waiting. He was waiting for you to be on brand and say that you would have doubts about Sam Darnold.
Do you have any reservations that he might become Sam Darnold at some point?
No.
He is Sam Darnold. What do you mean become Sam Darnold?
The old Sam
Darnold.
Okay,
I got you.
Well, all I'll say is this. Last year in the regular season, we're seeing what we saw. We're seeing right now what we saw in the regular season last year.
Yes.
And when it mattered most.
The last 2 games.
Yeah.
Right.
And so will we see that? I don't know. But I will say the thing that
you do have reservations.
No, I do have some reservations because I'm going off of what I've seen.
Right.
But what I'm saying, what makes this Seattle team even more legit is that defense.
Ooh.
And this is a really good football team that plays complementary football, and they're very well coached. I love Mike McDonald and what he's doing there. And, I mean, John Schneider is one of the best GMs you can see. He's not waiting in terms of player acquisition. If there's a guy out there that they want, they're going to get him. And they're not making moves to win the popularity contest. They know what it takes to be in their system. So I don't have an argument for you with them at number 3. I'm not arguing that, but I just want to see the whole picture.
In the back of our minds, we're all concerned if Sam Darnold somehow doesn't play to this level.
But that's
He's been fantastic.
But that's why, again, I asked from 8 to 11, the trust factor in the quarterback. And so if you look at all those quarterbacks, let's just go, I won't even say 7. Let's just say from 6 to 1. How would you rank the trust factor of the quarterbacks?
Rams first, and then I would go Josh Allen.
Bills first.
And then I would.
Bills.
We're going off trust factor with the quarterbacks?
Allen's one.
Matt Stafford's got a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
So I'm going Rams first, and then I'm going Josh Allen, then I'm going Baker Mayfield, and then I'm going Drake May, and then I'm going Seattle Seahawks.
Now, if we threw
I'm
in
sorry for partying.
yeah,
if we
but you
threw
also
in
left
7,
out
though.
Jalen Hurts, who won a Super Bowl.
Well, he
Well, then I'll go him next.
But if we threw in 7, how disappointing was the Colts against the Steelers? And,
Well, and
Daniel
that
Jones?
goes back to the theory on Sam Darnold. I mean,
his quote.
Daniel Jones, was that a one-off of the new, improved Daniel Jones, or is that the start of Daniel Jones turning into Daniel Jones? I mean, it's a legitimate question.
No, it is, and I think it's a one-off because I think as a whole they got away from who they are.
Correct.
They didn't turn around and hand off the
No,
football
yeah.
to Jonathan Taylor because, in my opinion, I thought they felt like they were going to outsmart the Steelers and throw at that secondary that had been struggling instead of sticking to what you do best, which is feature Jonathan Taylor.
I agree. 4 carries in the first 3 drives is inexcusable.
He should have 4 carries on the first play.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Lastly, the Jags, nail-biting win over the Raiders, coming in at number 14.
Well, they're the number 7 team right now in the playoffs. They would be in. And
Prisco.
no, look, the injuries have really crippled them. It wouldn't surprise me if C.J. Stroud plays this week, the Texans beat them, and they'll fall back down. But I just think that they've been hit by injuries so much.
But Myers should help.
But you know what? But you know what?
Defender alert? That's a Prisco defender alert.
Hey, believe me, I'm as big a critic of that quarterback right there as anybody, and he played pretty good the other day after that terrible interception.
I'll say this, and you brought it up, C.J. Stroud and his availability this week. That's something for us to watch because it's really, you know this, it's really hard for you to clear concussion protocol in 1 week.
It's hard.
Unless you're like me and do a terrible baseline test so
That's what
that
the
you can
smart
just
ones
pass everything.
But we
Yeah,
thought
like,
he
you
got
go.
smarter after the concussion.
Yeah, when we were watching that, we didn't think it was his concussion. We thought it was his shoulder,
yeah.
and it was a concussion. By the way, the schedules, if you look at them over the course of the rest of the season, the Colts schedule is brutal, and the Jaguars schedule is actually softening up. So
About a
keep
game
an
and a
eye
half
on that.
difference in the standings. Let's wrap things up quickly here with the back half of these tiers. Here's the I don't know, Jim.
I don't know, Jim.
And then the Jeff Fisher, which is mid, which used to be 8-8. I don't know what you do in a 17
the Mike
game
Tomlin
season
tier.
here, but
Oh, there's a shot fired. Wow.
Am I wrong, dude?
and then down bad and dumpster fire, which we've seen these teams in the dumpster fire category off-sell, and then the Cowboys
What about that
buy.
team? What about that team at 32? Anybody want to comment on that team? Nobody speaking up?
Check out the full article at CBSSports.com for Pete Prisco, Kyle Long, Rand Carthon. I'm Tommy Tran. Check them out. We'll see you next week. No, we're not. We're going to talk Cowboys. So, did you buy them? Again, they're down bad, but these moves that they've made, are they back up off the mat?
No.
Hope.
No.
That's
Hope
it.
for the future, but not hope for now.
That was so well said.
That was well said.
That is.
That's
It
like
really
the Scorsese cinema.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
there with Jerry. Okay. Now we can wrap it up.
Jerry Jones on line 1. Yeah, Rand's interested.
Will McClay, you're doing a hell of a job, man.
He is doing a hell of a
Keep it
job.
up.
Will McClay's good at what he does.
Great at what he does.
Yes, he is.
Guys, certainly appreciate it. Again, check out CBSSports.com for the game day recap.
Hey, that's us.
That's you guys. With Danny Cannell from time to time.
Danny Cannell.
Making
should
his
do
rounds. Sundays at 8:20.
Pop up of Danny.
Yeah, Danny should be on there once in a while.